right, guys, so we are working on the car. We're going to try to get up there. You see the sun is going down. They just called second round for small block boost, which we are not part of. But they're up there now, so we're going to make a few changes. Car's still pushed left just a little bit, so we're going to try to make it so the car will go straight. We are trying to make it go faster than the pass that we just did earlier in first round. Working on individual cylinder tuning, so I'm still playing with that. So I've got the tune-up done in here. Not really messing with that a ton. We're going to put a little bit more boost on it. Shh, don't tell Randy. We're going to put just a couple more pounds of boost out the back, shorten the ramp up, try to hit a little bit harder. Track is getting good. We got some cool air, which is boost air, so we're going to try to get a personal best. I think the track can hold it. It did try to power wheelie just a little bit on the last pass, so we tightened the front end back down just a little bit. As far as the shocks, we're going to still give it the travel and let it come up, but we got to make sure it goes straight, because it did a wheelie that was probably, the wheelie was probably 100 foot out there, maybe even more than that. It looks like. I mean, it didn't come up initially. I mean, it was a power wheelie, but luckily it set itself back down. So we're going to try to make another pass here, go for a personal best. We got to adjust the anti-roll bar, put the tune-up in it, and then we're going to be rolling. So let's see if we can make it happen. Now the car went just a little bit left, so what we're going to do is we're going to go on the driver's side and make that bar just a little bit longer. And that's the way this works. So if the car goes left, anti-roll bar, you make it longer on that side, and it should, in theory, drive it back. Now, if you get too much preload in it, it'll be a problem, and it'll start binding stuff up. I don't think we're at that point yet, but at some point, if you start making a ton of power, you may have to start doing some rear steer. Right now, we have no rear steer in the car. So we'll put a little bit of tweak on the anti-roll bar. If that doesn't make it go straight, then what we'll do is we'll go back next outing, or next time we're in the shop. Before the next outing, we'll put a little bit of rear steer in it. We'll basically lengthen this control arm just a little bit to make it drive back to the right. So let's do this real fast. All right, guys. Well, Randy done talked us up a grudge race. So the Mitchells, we're going grudge race. Billy Gordon is driver. This is a fun grudge race. Good times. Both of them small block boosts. Both of them went out early. So we're going to roll up there and get a pass. Now I won't be able to share the ET or mile per hour with y'all. We're trying to go faster, but since we're in a grudge race, I can't show it unless they tell me it's okay for us to show our time. If they donkey stomp us, then they'll probably be okay with it. But if not, then, you know, it is what it is. All right, here we go, guys. guys, so we made another good pass. Once again, we got outrun. That's twice tonight. We got spanked. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm getting hoarse. But the car run good. I can't share I can't share the ET with you guys, but it wasn't fast enough. The RPM was a little bit erratic. There again, we're still playing with individual cylinder, trying to make this thing work and go as fast as it can go. We did pick up a little bit mile per hour, but ET, it just wasn't what we were hoping it was going to be. But even if it was what we were hoping it was going to be, I couldn't share with y'all, and I would have to tone down my enthusiasm. So, but we got work to do. So we're going to pull the plugs right now. It's late, it's dark, it's after 10 o'clock, but there's no better time than to work on it when you're at the racetrack. So we're gonna get the plugs out of it real fast and see if we can do a little bit more individual cylinder tuning while we're here at the track, and make sure we don't see anything crazy happening with the plugs, and then we're gonna go from there. All right, guys, well, that was the most expensive Grudge Race there's ever been known to man. I didn't tell y'all what it was, but it was for a pack of nabs and a Coca-Cola. Randy lost, so he paid up. We did get the plugs out of it too. So Randy's got this handy dandy little spark plug holder. Some of them are a little bit different. We had to number this one, but it works out. So trying to do individual cylinder tuning, we're doing a little bit now. And so we've kind of been rubbing on these a little bit. And we did lean it out. So remember, we leaned it out from 3:2 air fuel ratio to 3:4. And this plug right here on number 5, that's about the maximum air fuel ratio I like. And you can see the cadmium here is still on this little corner, and this is still a little bit hot, honestly, but I like to have it about half burn. You can see these other ones is gone. All the cadmium is gone off of the base ring. You read it on the base ring itself, and then it starts putting heat down into plugs and down into the threads. From what they say, you can go 2 to 3 threads down without having much of an issue. And you can see that's where we're at. I mean, when you go to that number 1, it's not quite down on the threads like the others. So this MSD 600 box, it looks like it needs to be a little bit fatter. And so we're going to fatten it back up. The thing I've been kind of playing with timing, it depends on who you ask. Where is the timing mark on that plug right there? Is it right here at the edge, or is it down here, or is it not got to the actual plug yet? These plugs look exceptionally hot to me. Now this plug here, you see, it's not the same as far as a timing mark. You just don't see. There's a line there, but I mean, the cadmium is still on it, so the cadmium should be burning off. So it depends on who you ask, and we haven't made, it looks like we're pretty close on the timing for that air fuel ratio. But I think what we need to do, I think this thing needs to be fattened back up and possibly throw some timing at it. We had on this last run, now granted there are a few runs on these plugs, but the last run, the air fuel ratio was 3.4. We had 15 degrees of timing at 43 pounds of boost. I think that is going to be a little bit on the safe side. But I also think we need to get it on the dyno, on the hub dyno, to start tweaking. We run a very good mile per hour. The ET was not stellar, but it was okay. But we got some work to do. So I'm suggesting to Randy, he's getting up with Kevin at TKM. We're going to try to throw this thing on the hub dyno and let Kevin help and assist the tune-up process on individual cylinder and on trying to figure out, okay, let's fatten it up. If we put a degree of timing in it, did it pick up 50 horsepower or 100 horsepower, or did it go backwards? Because I'm just scared, guys. I don't want to blow Randy's stuff up. He's got a very nice motor, very expensive motor. And when you're fine-tuning, it's one of those things. It takes more than just one pass. We spin a lot. You got to have perfect conditions to get that tune-up dialed in exactly. So we're going to try to throw this thing on the hub dyno and see if we can make some power. All right, guys, comment, like, and subscribe. See y'all soon. Later.